Now, part 2 of the series, we're doing EQ mistakes and better practices. Again, this is Zach from SoundsLikeSoma. It's nice to be back. I really hope you guys are enjoying some of the new content. Let me know if you guys have any feedback about how some of these long form or shorter form cut up videos are. I really hope I can kind of get back in and make more videos more frequently this way. Filter sweeping for some bad frequencies. If there's stuff that you really don't like.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip, but his body still flew back, man.
You know, if there's something that you really don't like, you need to do some filter sweeps to find out where it is. The best thing to start when you're mixing any track, okay? Whether it's like a whole band or whether it's just some vocals, first step is to just level everything out. Get the levels correct. That's going to be most of the work. Is something too loud? Is something too quiet? Okay, let's get it to the point where it sounds good. Don't worry about if it's not compressed. Don't worry if it doesn't have all the correct effects on it. Get it to where it's a good level of generally where it should be. Okay, then start scooping out some of the bad frequencies that you don't like about the track. Okay, so we can go into this EQ8. We can hit this little headphone button, and that allows us to listen to the changes that we're making. So if I click it, I'm going to solo just the vocal. So if I just click it, nothing's going to happen. But if I move it up or down, it's just showing me the changes.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip, but his body still flew back, man. You know what's up with me. You know how to play. You know how to play.
All right, so
hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip.
There's a lot of this low end rumble down here.
Hey, Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip, but his body still flew back, man.
You know, maybe I don't need that. All right, and I like to kind of layer my EQs too. So I might have one EQ just kind of taking off some of the low end, and then let's say there's some other low frequencies that I don't like. I'm going to try to find it. Whether you have the headphone button on or not, you can still listen and hear where the frequency is that you don't like.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip, but his body still flew back, man. You know what's up with me. You know how to play with me. So why you want to fuck?
So let's say that's that frequency that we really don't like. If you're subtracting EQs, you tend to want a high Q level. All right, so that's this Q knob up here. It kind of makes the bandwidth a bit more narrow for when you're scooping stuff out. So if I find the frequency I don't like,
hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that?
All right, I can just go in there and I can turn it down.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that?
Okay, and if you're boosting, always boost after the compressor because you want to take out the stuff that you don't like, then compress it if it needs to kind of be leveled out a little bit, and then after you have the compressor on, you can boost frequencies to enhance. Normally, it would be more of a low Q or like a wider bandwidth like this one. You see how it's a lot wider. So again, find the frequency that you do like, that you want to enhance, maybe to bring the vocal out a bit more, make it a little brighter.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip, but hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip, but his body still flew back, man. You know what's up with me. You know how to play with me. So why you wanna fuck with me? Man, you know what, stay with me. Wait, run it up. I'm Zion running through the checks. I'm Lemmy Lim with the big flex. I'll take your bitch.
Okay, these aren't rules, but it's a good rule of thumb to try to practice if you're trying to achieve a bit of a cleaner mix. You can still boost or cut before or after the compressor, but if you're just trying to keep things a bit cleaner, it's my suggestion that you cut before, boost after, and boost to enhance with a very small Q, and cut to remove the stuff that you don't like. Instead of, if you want the vocals to be a bit brighter, consider just cutting away some of the lower frequencies. So maybe I would, in general, if I want higher frequencies like that, maybe I'll have a low shelf with a bit of a higher Q.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one-way trip, but his body.
Okay, and then I'll do some gain staging. So since I cut out a dB, Since I cut out a dB or two, maybe I'll boost the gain on this a dB or two.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one.
Still sounds a little bit louder with it on, so I'll bring it up one more.
Hey, you looking different. Mom screaming out who that? Send his soul on a one.
Oh, maybe not. I'll take that back down.
Hey, you looking different. different. Mom screaming out who that, send his soul on a one-way trip, but his body still.
I'm not saying that's the correct mixing for this song. Just to give you guys an idea, just some EQ cleaning up ideas. You can always kind of cut or take away some of the low end and then boost up the gain to add some of the high end. Don't always feel like you need to boost. It's always better to cut and to take stuff away, take the bad stuff away that you don't like, than it is to boost.